Ndị be anyị ekelekwanụ m unu. Asị m ka nkụ echiri ya zelụ. Asị n'ụbọchị nkịta ya dịrị anyị na mma. Na ya dịka echi na-eche ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru otu akụ ya dịrịrị. Ise. Dịka o si dị ụmụnne m, ife a bụkwa Eastern News 24 ka isi wee wetara ya bụ nnukwu ozi dị oke mkpa. Ya bụ ife bụ gbasịta maka ihe na-eme na Eastern Region anyị nọ n'ime ya. Ana gbasịta maka ife na-eme na the whole Nigeria anyị nọ n'ime ya. And also gbasịta maka nwere onwe ndị Igbo na-azọ n'iru akwụkwọ. Dịka o si dị, enwere ihe update anyị wetara unu. Nnukwu update anyị achọkwa unu ga ya bụ ife. Maka gịnị anyị achọghị ka mmọnwụ n'elu mmọnwụ, anyị achọghị ikwu maka ya bụ ife update ji maka ya wee bịa. Mana ya bụ ife bụ update bụ ihe anyị kwesịrị ịma ka ama n'ebe mmiri si wee baa opi ụgbọgọrọ n'obodo a. So ị ga-esi ya bụ ife edropụla your own comment n'iru akwụkwọ ife ichelụ n'ụdị nke gị pụrụ iche gbasịta maka ihe ndị anyị je gị n'ugbu a. Alright, over to you.
Socio-political sphere of the country. The former Federal Commissioner of Information also asked the President to release the leader of the indigenous peoples of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu. Clark made the calls in an open letter to President Tinubu with references on the need to restructure the country and reintegrate the Igbo. While decrying the winner-takes-all attitude in the country, Clark said no region has monopoly of power or ruling the country as some believe. Well-arise analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to discuss the call for the reintegration of Igbo into Nigeria's mainstream politics and how that could be achieved. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale, and welcome to Newsday.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure being here as usual.
All right, well, let's get straight into it. Several calls and suggestions made by Pa Edwin Clark. One of those, of course, is the release of Nnamdi Kanu and his sentiment that Nnamdi Kanu, that release can be significant for a new era of Nigerian politics. Shall I call it Pan-African Nigerian politics? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think Pa Clark is really serious. That is one. He's entitled to it. He's a 97-year-old man. He's a highly respected Nigerian. And you see, he's getting more Catholic than the Pope. He's calling for the Igbos to be reintegrated. Did the Igbos ask him to call on their behalf? It's an insult to the Igbos. Even the Igbo mentality and achievement and courage in this Nigeria, nobody, not especially from some area, should be calling for the reintegration of the Igbos. To explain that, we have to go into history. But let me put it on the table first and foremost that it is a selfish call. It is somebody crying wolf where there is none, and trying to create problem where there is none. So, let's start from that.
Rightfully so. Some say rightfully so. It's justifiable because we had this.
Justified what?
Some will say it's justifiable because we had this cry before the elections. So it's not anything new because there were talks about the zoning of the presidency should actually go to the southeast, not just the south, but the southeast.
Talking of the larger political issue.
Yes,
what brought Pa Clark on board?
Yes.
Is the sacking of Arase. Go and read the brief.
Okay.
The sacking of Arase, Chairman Police Service Commission. He doesn't like that. And it's linking that to so many other, including reconstruction and all that. There is no part of Nigeria that does not feel marginalized in the setup, given the vastness, the size, the ethnicity, and the number of languages and groups in Nigeria. Don't forget Nigeria was amalgamated by the British in 1914. Nobody sought such amalgamation, and we were trying to live within it all along. So,
others.
Yes, the Igbos felt so marginalized, that's why they went to war. They were the bravest of the lot then to take on the Nigerian might, and then they were brought back. And then Gawai did reconstruction, reconciliation, rehabilitation. And the Igbos, my friend, let him not hold brief for the Igbos. The Igbos are they are the most competitive race in this nation. But for the fact that the civil war held them back.
Yes.
You get me? I mean, there's no limit to what they could have achieved.
But
They have a Yoruba man that's marginalized.
No, politically, they've been seen, they've been ostracized. Some would say politically, they've not gotten their due share on the table. They've not had their voice echoed through.
That's a fallacy, and this is a visual problem. It's a visual problem.
No.
How many states do the Igbos have in Nigeria? That's right. The Igbos, Abuja, who has more property in Abuja than Igbos? Look, even in Lagos, when my friends talk about marginalization in a vacuum, even when in Lagos, during the last election,
Let's start.
defeated Tinubu Labour. That's marginalization.
No, but the singing out in time past,
Let not Baba Clark.
Yes.
Keep up sentiment for you who do not know history to get excited.
To correct that question, I do know history.
And did you know why? After the Civil War?
Yes.
After the first coup of 66.
Yes.
And then the counter coup in July. You get me? And Ojuku created war, started the war. What did the first thing Gawan did? It was to create states so that they will not follow. And Papa Clark is part of that state. I mean, his own area, Rivers, came out of that. You see, it's a case of, and I tell you that bluntly now, it's a case of the tail wagging the dog. You get me? For Papa Clark to be talking on behalf of the Igbos for integration.
No, but the point is, you might question the foundation of this particular argument, but we cannot take away the fact that this is an age-old discussion that has lingered all through, and it was played up heavily in the 2023 elections.
It does not affect only the Igbos. Yorubas feel marginalized. There is no.
No, but the Yorubas cannot claim to be marginalized as much as the Igbos, because they say that the Yorubas have had the Civil War.
Because they fight the Civil War. Look, my friend,
we were talking about
Papa Clark is trying to whip up ethnic sentiment, and we are bought into it.
No, but I say
very for what it is. No way. Because of Arase, that is trying to turn the place upside down. I disagree.
Okay, Mr. Sobowale.
Yes.
One of his points is that the creation of IPOB was as a result of a vacuum of Igbos in mainstream politics. What's your take on that?
Right. I will answer that very bluntly. You get me? IPOB is a distraction. You get me? To the integration or to the courage of the Igbos to be Nigerians. Before the Civil War, there was reconciliation. The injustice still continued, but they tried. They tried. The politics everywhere. And I used to knock it home to people in Lagos. I only one in Lagos, defeated in Lagos. So what is the big deal? Where is the marginalization? And I'm telling you, see, what Papa Clark has done this time, it's not only because of Farase, but we look for other sentiments. It should not be more mournful than the bereaved. That is my own. And I had again, the tail should not be wagging the dog. It is the dog, that is the Igbo dog that should be wagging the tail, trying to wag it down.
No, so the point is this. My own question to you is very simple. You cannot say because.
What's your question?
No, let me establish it. You cannot say because you understand the premise in which Clark is coming from, that you decide to disregard the message. And the message is
simple. I don't buy the premise, the logical.
Yes.
I don't buy the. I say.
No, you don't buy the premise. No, but you cannot buy the premise. But the message is still simple. The message has been sacred over the years, and it was played up heavily. Now you mentioned Lagos. Now you mentioned Lagos in the 2022 general elections. That Peter Obi won Lagos State because they have a sizable number of Igbos in Lagos. But in the state elections. You and I know this. The complete opposite was the case because people were attacked, people were killed.
You are the apostle of Papa Clark. What is real? Now is reintegration of the Igbos. I say that is an extravagant call. The Igbos can fight their own battle, and I think it is an insult as at this point in time to say that the Igbos need integration. On the IPOB, sorry,
yes.
you forgot the IPOB. On the IPOB, it's a distraction. It is a distraction, and I repeat it. Nigeria, if the IPOB leader, if he indeed is a leader, if he wants to be integrated into Nigeria, let him withdraw secession against the Nigerian state. You cannot have a state within a state. That is he has court orders which the government has not obeyed. Let that be settled in the court. That is the rule of law.
Yes.
For somebody to say because his country now was removed from a federal post, and then they will try to provoke the Igbos into trying to do what they are not ready for.
Before the president came into power,
yes,
there were talks about restructuring, and that formed a nucleus of the campaigns that were being pushed out.
Yes.
And some people queried, and some people said they were only paying lip service to that. That as soon as they get into government, that the talk about restructuring will be jettisoned. And 1 year into office, we've not had anything concerning restructuring.
Let tell you, if you know this way of restructuring, that was the columnist before. I have always written that those asking for restructuring are asking for a confederation, but they don't have the guts to say that. Papa Clark is one of them, Papa Ayadibanyo. They believe what they are trying to say is that there's unfairness in the country.
Yes.
There's unfairness in the allocation of seats. There are so many things. Things hooked to the census, and so many other institutional changes that we have to put in place. But you cannot wake up one day, and because one particular person was removed from a federal office, we have to provoke the Igbos into rebellion again. No way. The Igbos are bigger.
A lot of people have said, revert back to the recommendations of the 2014 confab.
We have always said that. But I have always said too that no government will get into power and preside over its own liquidation.
Okay.
Because it means you will sit in power. And the people saying restructuring, they are not say confederation because they will be accused of treason global felony.
Okay.
Can't you get it?
Mr. Sobowale, Nnamdi Kanu, still a big issue on the table. Of course, we've heard Edwin Clark's proposition. He's joining the chorus that's saying that he should be released, he should be pardoned. We should
I don't buy
this
that.
issue. Why is this not a way to move forward?
How can it be a way to move forward? When Ojuku did the rebellion, he was brought back. That's right. You see, does he have as much weight as Ojuku among the Igbos? Please. See, even in the Yoruba nation, we have some people saying certain things which most of us don't even count tenants. Atari POBs in that scenario. Most Igbos are law-abiding people. Let's look at the government. Are they not Nigerians? Are they not Igbos? They are trying to counter him in their own way. You get it? In spite of underlying current of blood is thicker than water, which is not peculiar to this. That is why even the insecurity in the north, are not talking about that. It's because of this empathy.
No, but
just empathy for the enemy.
The president of Miati,
see that?
Bello Bodejo of Miatiala was released.
Yes.
So why can't yes?
Are they in the same boat?
Technically,
I will say they should remove the upstart Yoruba leader too. That I even don't know the name, and I'm a Yoruba person. Please. Don't blow issues out of proportion.
Sunday Igbo now. If you try to be chicken.
I don't know him.
No, but
I've said that before.
People
Yorubas are trying to be the Igbos are
people now. The truth is this: people
and you better know
when people talk about this particular subject now.
This one now
they talk about integration and also
we are talking of let's say dissident now.
Now permit me.
This dissident.
No, now permit me because they say what
is school dissident leaders.
No, so hold on. Hold on. Where I'm going to is this. When people talk about this particular subject.
Which subject now?
The subject about reintegration now. Now permit me to go somewhere now. What I'm saying to you is this. It's very simple. We've seen people that have taken up arms against the states.
Yes.
People that have killed people, fellow Nigerians.
And
the question is what Nnamdi Kanu has done. Nobody's holding brief for him, But what some are saying that what are those that took up arms against states.
How many people took up arms against the Nigerian state have been part of? Besides Ojukwu.
I'm talking about those in the north that those bandits as they've been called. Those bandits and those that are those Boko Haram ex-Boko Haram people that have decided
an ongoing issue.
Your final thoughts, Mr. Sobowale, before we go.
My final thoughts?
Yes.
That you see, BIAFRA has flown a kite that will get lost, will not land. Because the Igbos don't need the solicitation to be part of Nigeria. They are man enough to fight down battles. Some.
All right, Mr. Dayo Sobowale, thank you so much for your input, for that heated conversation.
Ndị be anyị ekenekwanụ m unu dịka unu si wee na-esonyekwana anyị na ya na-eme n'elu akwụkwọ na Eastern News 24. Anyị sikwa na Chukwu oke abịa ma ya nọrọ nche niile n'ofu n'ofu dịka unu si wee na-esonyere anyị n'elu akwụkwọ. Dịka o si dị, unu anụgonu ka ya bụ ife si wee gbata wee kwụrụ, unu anụgonu ihe nwanne anyị nwoke kwuru n'elu akwụkwọ. Ka ife were ikwu gbasata maka ya bụ ihe ndị a niile nụgasị niile nwanne anyị kwugasị gbasata maka open grazing bill. Kabaruke drop your own comment on the comment section below. Thank you, and also stay tuned at Eastern News 24. Kemesiano Munem.